Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for March 15th through 19th. We are almost done with this month.
No.
We should just talk about this podcast. It's the General Hospital / we're letting you know how far into the months we are.
No, I'm not ready for the month to be over. That's birthday weekend. I have not bought anything.
I was going to say, I'm like, you have not talked about birthday month yet.
Yep. Birthday weekend will be next weekend, and I have not bought anything. So, nope, it is not the end of the month yet. Just going to keep pretending that we're still in the middle.
There we go. Well, we're recapping the middle of the month, so that works too, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Except for when we record next, it will be Emily's birthday, and I'll be right in the beginning of birthday weekend.
Well, we can adjust recording based on...
Oh, I don't care about recording on her birthday. I just mean you'll say, now it's the end of the month. And I'll be like, yes, it is. Be quiet.
So we forgot to mention last week 2 things. When we recapped on Thursday, the baby train / Dante, Lulu, Spinelli, Dante, Damien, Spinelli, Maxie, Britt.
Yes.
Wow. We forgot to mention that Kirsten Storm's daughter, Harper, actually played Baby Georgie.
Oh, that is right. We forgot.
We forgot to talk about that. That was really sweet. Because we just talked about how they came to be. We didn't talk about the actual individual kids. But That was a fun fact that I forgot to bring up.
She's the cutest little girl. When they put those pictures up on Instagram or whatever, she is so cute.
Yes. And then our buddy Steve Silverman sent us an interesting message that I forgot to bring up. Why wasn't Robin at the wedding? No mention of her even being. Robin got stuck in surgery.
Anything. Yep. Just to make it sound normal, like she should have been there, and they didn't mention it.
Yep. So where do you want to get started today? Oh, I guess so we should maybe recap. So on Thursday, we talked about, the whole baby thing. And it occurred to us that there was a little hidden factoid in there that some people might not be aware of. Britt and Nicholas were engaged.
They were?
So we're going to talk about their relationship on Thursday.
Which seems really weird now that he's with Ava, because Britt is so much younger.
They all go all over the place.
They do.
I mean, they do. We'll get into that. So,
I mean, if it's working for them, it's working for them. But
is it working though?
This is just
Ava and Nicholas are working though.
Yes.
Yeah.
More mature relationship. Nicholas has grown up some.
See, and the thing is, especially, I don't see her with this Nicholas. Like Tyler Christopher, I could see with both. Mm-hmm. But this Nicholas, I don't see with.
No. Him and Ava have such good chemistry.
They do. They really, really do. So.
All right, where do you want to start? I was going to say, you're going to roll right into him, I guess?
Let's just roll into Ava. And so, first thing, she was upstairs at the restaurant and came down to the offices. So I think that we are correct. Maybe we just need to do a 411 about the Metro Court. Right. I'm sure we could find a floor plan. I don't know.
We need the layout.
So Ava had 2 storylines this week that I feel like, let's go start just with the Ava and Nina.
Mm-hmm. She was so good. She did not hold back. Mm-mm. Nina says, like, it's nothing. Oh, yeah, I told Wiley that I was his grandma because Willow's not his real mom. And Ava instantly is like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Why?
Like, why would you do that? She did kind of say, especially to them, like that was not a good idea. But I do feel like the overall message was, you should not have done that. First of all, when did Nina, I read, and I do read quickly. Mm-hmm. And there are days that I will cancel plans and not like actual things that I have to do. But, if the laundry needs done or I'm stuck in a book, I'm going to read my book because the laundry can wait.
Right.
When has Nina read all these books?
I don't know. And I feel like you need to read many books from many different authors, not just pick the one that you like that told you what you wanted to hear.
Justifies your point of view. Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's in general how we should learn things.
Right. Exactly. This one backs up what I want to say. So that's what I'm going to go off of. No.
And when Ava, I'm getting sick of Nina turning everything into her. Mm-hmm. It's getting old because Ava's grieving the loss of like her best friend. They're mutual best friends.
If they would have been talking about that, it would have totally made sense. They're both friends of Franco's and they both suffered this loss.
Nina didn't even seem to care.
It was all about Wiley and how sad she is. Like she called it a loss, like Wiley died.
There's a lot of loss. And that's exactly what I said. Losing Wiley is not the same as losing Franco.
Exactly.
Franco was murdered and you did this to yourself.
Right. And there's still time to fix the relationship with Wiley. Franco's not coming back.
No. No.
Yeah. It's all about Nina.
But I loved that even though Liz has her feelings about Ava, she let her take over planning the memorial.
Yes.
I could see them becoming friends.
I see it happening.
I could see them being better friends and more believable friends than her and Sam. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know what you're talking about. They've been best friends forever.
You know why? It's like if Liz, Sam, and Maxie all became best friends.
Yes.
Because Liz has done to Sam what Maxie did to her.
There you go.
So they have a lot in common.
We are all the same manipulative jerks when it comes to men.
Except for Liz did not get Sam's...
addicted to pills. Yeah. Or supply him with pills.
We really need to do Maxie sometime. That is going to take... You thought it took me a long time to get through Dante.
That's true.
Revisiting Maxie, because we've had her since birth.
That'll be so much fun.
It'll be a Maxie month. Let's do May. May will be Maxie month.
All right.
It gives us a month to prep.
Perfect.
Hey, you won't have a lot to prep this week, because guess what? Next Thursday, not the one coming up, but guess what? The following Thursday is.
I have no idea. Am I supposed to know this? I feel
April
like I'm
1st.
on Jeopardy. Oh, it's our anniversary.
Yep.
Yay. Yeah.
Okay, squirrel.
All right, thanks. Sorry. I know it. I just don't know it.
Okay, back to Franco. But I can see, I like that Liz is maybe like letting down her guard.
Right.
And that's a huge thing.
She was very respectful of everyone this week.
And
their own different feelings.
Ava getting all the art. Come on.
That was beautiful.
That people did during art therapy with Franco was the most beautiful tribute.
Yeah.
I thought at first when they were looking at it, I thought that it was perhaps going to be a portrait that Franco had been painting of Liz and the boys.
Oh, that would have been cute too.
That he had been secretly working on.
Yeah.
But I like what they did better. I hope that stays as perhaps a semi-permanent fixture in the art gallery, because
maybe they could put it up somewhere in the hospital. You know how they
yes,
this wing is whatever. This wall can be the Franco wall, and it can all be art. Look how happy you are at that idea.
They could have the Franco Baldwin art therapy wing.
Yes, and put all the artwork up.
And Scott can fund it.
Yep. Now that he doesn't have to pay.
And they'll get one of those little leaves on that tree that we can never read. All those things. Yes.
I'm so glad you're so excited.
But do you know what? Maybe we can get an art therapist that isn't a serial killer. Because the first one was Dr. Ewan Keenan.
Oh, yeah.
He was a psychiatrist, but he connected with Liz through art therapy.
And then connected with her in other ways.
Yes. And then Franco, post serial killer days, became an art therapist, which is great. However...
Yeah, Liz needs to stay away from the art therapist is the answer here.
Maybe. Maybe she could be with Dante.
No.
Anyone but Sam. I'm going for the anyone but Sam thing.
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I'm totally with you, no to Sam, but no.
I don't really see her with Dante. I was just thinking.
No, Elizabeth.
Yeah. I'm just going through the single gals in our rotation right now.
They need to leave her alone for a while so she can properly grieve and then bring someone completely new in for her.
Or Lucky could come back. Yeah, Jonathan Jackson.
I don't think they're going to listen to us on that one, but it would be nice.
No, probably not. He's living in Ireland now.
Right.
And posts absolutely beautiful content on Patreon. Plug, not paid for. But if he would like to connect, I'm not going to say that. We're not going to say no. So I guess we could just keep on that. Oh my gosh, did COVID grow these boys?
Oh my gosh. They look like totally different kids. And then you looked at them and you're like, no, that's the same kid.
Yeah.
They've just grown so much.
Yep. I'm glad that they were all there though.
Yes. That made sense that we didn't have to ship them off somewhere else.
At first, when I saw Jake and Cam in the kitchen, I thought for sure that they weren't actually going to bring Jake out and that it was potentially just like a stand-in.
Oh, okay.
Like, that was my first thought. Yeah. I was like, they're in the background for a reason.
Right.
So that we can, quote, see Jake, but not interact with him.
Right. But no, they were all there. They look so cute.
They did. They're such good boys.
They are. I liked that they kept it realistic. This is totally like a side, does not matter at all. But when they were leaving, he had on a regular coat. I hate whenever they dress kids up and they are dressed like appropriately for a formal occasion, but from head to toe. Who has that? Do you have that for your kids? Do you know what I mean? Like a formal coat for a funeral when they were little?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
No.
Because my kids,
like a pea coat?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
My kids just have their regular jackets all the time. Sorry, they're kids. I'm not spending $100 on a jacket to wear twice and then not have it.
Yeah.
So I like that they kept that normal. I know it doesn't matter, but because Elizabeth...
I didn't notice it, and that's why I was staring at you, because I'm trying to think about it in my head. I'm like, what? So what are you talking about?
When Aiden walked out, he had on just a regular kid's coat.
Okay.
Even though he was dressed in his suit, like he should be. Again, obviously you'd buy that. He was
wearing his little starter jacket. Do they still make starter jackets?
I think they do, but that's not what it was. But yes, basically just a regular coat. And I said thank you, because Elizabeth is supposed to be, normal, salaried.
Right.
So why would he have $100 coat on top of his suit and whatever?
Right. So, True.
Again, I know it has nothing to do with anything, but when I saw it, I was like, yes, that's real life. We don't all have fancy clothes.
Yes.
So
I see where you're coming from.
But yeah, I liked that Scotty went over there to like go with them and make sure everyone was okay and together.
Yeah.
He's a good grandpa. And they called him grandpa, which was so cute.
I don't see him as a grandpa. I feel like he would have not like a more fun name, because grandpa's fun, but
maybe because he came in later.
Maybe.
It was like
Pops or something.
If he would have been there since birth, maybe he would have a more fun name.
And it's fine if you're called grandpa. I don't know. For some reason, I don't see.
Because he's just so silly.
Right. Exactly.
And jokes around with the boys.
Like my kids call my father-in-law Doc because he looks just like Christopher Lloyd did in Back to the Future. Right. Like down to the mannerisms. So
funny still.
But exactly. But if he was all serious and everything, they wouldn't call him Doc. But everything reminds him of Doc.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a suggestion either, so.
Right, their relationship isn't developed enough.
No, I wonder if it will be now. I wonder if he'll step in.
Oh, I hope so. That would be
and
so
kind
cute.
of take them under their wing and mentor them. And I loved hearing them all recap how great of a dad he was. Mm-hmm. It was nice.
He was. Even Zander. That's where we can segue into Zander. I was so excited. He said, Franco's been a good example for you. Yes. He has stood up to show you what a real man should be like. So cute.
Him going to the cemetery, though, and saying, I know too many names in here.
Yes. That was very sad.
We're going to lose William Lipton, and I don't want to. Mm-mm. But this kid he's good.
So good.
If we could just give him some really bad writing to not let him be good for a little while, so other things really won't want him.
I don't think that's quite fair.
It is totally selfish on my part, and I understand.
Don't think you can quite do that.
But Cam got out all those aggressions, from, I don't know you, you're...
Right. Everything I've heard about you is bad.
Yeah.
You were a coward and did...
And he mentioned, do you think I wasn't going to research you on the internet?
Yes.
Because we say this all the time about the kids, and he's never mentioned, well, I've read this about my dad,
Right.
And I don't feel like Liz would have... Of course, she's not going to tell you a 5-year-old.
Right.
Here's the truth about your dad.
Yeah.
But as he got older,
I mean, she kept it minimal. What was there really to say? It's not like they were in this years-long love affair.
Right.
Like he started, she told me that you were Emily's boyfriend, and then...
Her best friend's boyfriend.
Yep.
So if you go back to April 9th, 2020, that's actually when we did our Port Charles 411 about Zander Smith.
I'm not going to comment because until you told me that we did that, I didn't remember doing it. So.
It's okay. Do you see what I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, though, that they did a really good job casting William? I mean, I don't think that they casted William Lipton to look like him.
Right.
But when I saw them both profiles facing towards each other, I was like,
look like
there it is.
Yep.
Yep. They did a good job.
They did. And I liked that they had Zander not making excuses for any of his stuff. Totally being encouraging of, yes, I get where you feel this way, but you need to look at it from this side. You have too much potential to get stuck in this anger and just let your life be ruined.
Yep.
It was so nice to see him.
It really, really was. I just wish, I know that he wasn't married to Liz the same way that Tony was with Bobby, but Tony and Bobby weren't married when when Tony ghost comforted her. They should have had Zander ghost comforted.
Ghost comforted her. I like that word. Okay.
Because she could have used the reassurance.
Right.
That he thinks she's done a great job.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry and I don't know why.
Oh my gosh.
Well, she needs it.
She does need it. She does. I liked when they showed her saying goodbye to the house, like leaving the house saying goodbye, and they did all the flashbacks of how they got together. Don't cry over it. Oh my God. But it was so...
just, like, why? I'm so mad. I'm sorry. Crap. Where did this come from?
I don't know, but I'm just going to sit here and laugh at you. I'm sorry.
I didn't even cry while I was watching it, but
it was sad. Like,
I'm so tired of, I mean, we joke about Michael and that Michael, it's the boys though. I think that's the thing, is like, can they stop doing this to this poor woman? Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. No, I think Franco was a character that got to all of us because you saw how bad he was.
Yeah.
And then he transformed into good. And even though he still did messed up stuff sometimes, like we all do.
I mean, we don't go around killing people.
Right. But once the tumor was removed, he didn't kill anyone. He just did other dumb stuff. But it was all stuff that everyone else may have done if you lived in a soap opera world. But at the end of the day, you could always tell that he loved those boys more than anything.
He was totally dedicated.
And the same thing with Elizabeth. Like when they showed that clip and he said, I will never do anything to intentionally hurt you.
Right.
That was such an honest, don't sell me a fairy tale. Don't tell me how you're going to give me this, 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 and this, and life's going to be perfect. It was a totally honest
And they had the really good building of the friendship before it moved into romance.
Right. Right. And she actually used good judgment with him, which is not like Liz sometimes.
She's grown up so much, I feel, with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because she's never been one of those women that I just need to find a dad.
Right.
For the kids. But you could tell, like, she just really wants a partner.
Oh, obviously.
You know, and
she was realistic about that, too, whenever they were hooking up. Like, when they started dating, saying, you know, I have 3 kids. That's a lot. Most people would run from that.
Yeah.
So, yes, I totally liked the look back. It was very sweet. I'm sorry that it makes you cry to talk about it. But I'm sad that he's gone.
I think the thing that I'm the most... They kind of dropped the ball on the character. I mean, and coming back from COVID, quarantine and everything, it has not been easy. Like, totally get that. And this is not a spoiler alert because you can go online and read the article that Roger Howarth did with Soaps in Depth. Like, he's not done.
Right.
And so then I start projecting because I don't know if this is happening. But if he comes back as Todd Manning, I really wanted Todd Manning and Carly to work out. But now Sonny is in Nixon Falls and it's not like they got divorced and aren't together.
Right.
You know, so then that's going to mess up all of that. So then who's Todd Manning going to go with?
I don't know.
But then if we bring back Todd Manning, then I want Finn to leave and come back as John McBain and get back with Sam.
Oh, that would be good.
Because I loved the two of them together. But then we mess up the whole chase. Like, we mess up everything.
Right.
Everything.
No, I don't think it'll be Todd Manning because that character, he doesn't fit. I felt like he didn't fit into GH the way that he did.
When he left?
One Life to Live.
Okay, well, I didn't watch One Life to Live, but I accepted him.
You need to go back and watch One Life to Live.
Listen, so far, I have to go back and watch Party of Five, which I cannot find streaming. So if you guys know how to find Party of Five, the original, did you know that there's a remake?
Yeah, I told you that.
But it's not it's a complete remake. Like,
I know.
It's not okay.
We talked about that with Carrie.
No. How I heard that it was the remake was like the reboot, like, but same characters, just fast forwarded years. No, like, this is a straight up complete overhaul remake.
Right. And that one's good also. But that one hasn't come back since COVID, so.
Okay. So it's probably a casualty.
I'm hoping that it's not.
It might not be.
Cute, but
yes. So I perhaps heard reboot where you guys were saying remake. Because I remember talking
I could have said reboot, but meant remake.
Still, whatever.
But whatever. Yeah. Anyway, no, the new one's good, but the old one is amazing.
Yes.
I don't know how you didn't watch that. We won't get off on that.
Oh, do you know what? I actually thought about that. What night of the week was it on?
Don't.
I think I had band.
I want to say Wednesday.
I had band on Wednesdays.
Okay. I'm just guessing. I could be totally wrong.
I actually really think that might be it.
I think it was
because
Wednesdays.
I had band practice on Wednesday nights. Because then we had, or not baseball. We don't marching band during baseball games. Football games on Friday and then shows on Saturday. So
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry that you missed it. I'd have been skipping band practice.
That's not how that works.
What time did band practice go though? Because it didn't come on till like 8 or 9.
It was 6 to 8 or 6 to 8:30.
Oh, that's late. I don't know how you kids do all that stuff.
You want to talk about what time you got home in the morning?
No.
What time were you on till, man?
No, that's 1 or 2 nights a week. And that doesn't happen very often.
It was just Wednesday nights.
Yeah, but you have to keep up with all your schoolwork and stuff. I'm giving you credit for your band stuff that I don't normally do. So
I was in 9 clubs in high school.
Oh
Looking
my
back,
God.
I also don't know how in my 20s I worked 2 jobs and had 2 kids and went to school. Wait, no. I went to school and worked and had 2 kids, and then I had 2 jobs and 2 kids.
But you always do too much. That doesn't shock me.
I do way less than I did. I feel like I do way less than I used to.
I don't believe you.
I do. Okay.
Okay.
Back to GH, not the Shannon show. Wow, we talked a lot about Franco. We got some stuff to get through.
I mean, he was the main point of the week.
I think so.
You were talking about your man, Finn. You want to go with that?
Do we want to progress through the week with the revelations?
Sure. However you want. He's your guy. I'll just let you read it.
So I'll give the quick recap is that the results came back that Finn is Chase's dad. And I feel like Chase was like really, really, really angry with him. And then he really began to process. Because at first I was really mad at Chase's reaction to Finn. And then he seemed to come around and was like, okay, no, we have to talk this out.
And I like that
he's recognizing it's Jackie.
Right. And I like that he went to Willow for support. Mm-hmm. But we let that be just a friend moment where I need support instead of turning it into them hooking up.
And I loved that she listened, and when it seemed to him that she was like overwhelmed and he's like, you know what, I'm sorry, I'll go. She goes, no, I'm going to get wine.
Yes.
You know, it was really good.
Right. When he showed up the first time saying he didn't know what the results were yet, I thought if they turn this into an excuse for them to hook up, this is not, I don't want them back together, but if they're going to get back together in that moment, it's not the way to do it. So, yes.
But then he goes back to Finn and is like, okay, we need to talk because Willow brought up he's a good man, you know, and he kind of only just found out that this could even possibly be the situation.
Right.
Because he straight up asked Jackie.
Exactly. Even though he was a jerk for it happening in the first place, he didn't abandon Chase thinking he could have been his son.
And Gregory let him know how he felt about the fact that he made Gregory feel like he had done something. But Gregory, I feel, is going to recognize that Finn stayed away because of the guilt. Mm-hmm. I really do think that they're going to be able to work something out there. They're never going to they might get past-ish.
I mean, you're not going to forget this.
No. But Finn thought that he was doing a favor by staying away, and he was hurt. Mm-hmm. You know, he didn't hate his dad. They're just going to need a lot of work. And we can talk about, so they're going to need a lot of therapy, and then we can talk about therapy in a second, too, because that was brought up, and I was a fan of it. So then Chase goes and talks to Finn, and I love that Finn is like, okay, let's redo these results again.
Exactly. Finn is the smartest person in the entire world on that show.
But I was not expecting him to say, at a different hospital.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting him to be like, yeah, you know, you can't really trust the results
any lab results here. Even with Brad in jail, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was
smart.
Really surprised at that.
Good for him. He's finally learning because nobody else does.
But then on Friday, we find out that Cyrus had called the lab and asked for the lab results to show the way that he wanted them to. So obviously, Gregory is really Chase's dad. The new results from Mercy are going to show that.
Yes. I feel like that was so dumb.
I forgot about that, though. Because I forgot that Cyrus overheard the conversation about the lab results.
Yeah. I think it was so dumb, though.
It's payback to Jackie, though.
I know it's payback to Jackie, but...
And I'm sorry, that's going to make front page news.
Right. I mean, they're grown adults, and it's not like they're the mayor's family or someone amazing.
Who's a big journalist now? Because I feel like she's Diane Sawyer-ish, but some people might not know who Diane Sawyer is. Can you imagine that? Someone doesn't know who Diane Sawyer is?
No.
But I don't know. But,
don't say that. We're so old.
But let's imagine the Kelly Ripa.
Okay.
I mean, she's on a talk show. She's not really a journalist, but she's on a talk show.
Right.
Imagine if it came out that one of her kids was not Mark's.
Right.
That would be front page news.
It would.
So perhaps Jackie's not on Kelly Ripa level, but...
I mean, for that town, everyone has made a big deal about it. It's not like that was the national paper.
Right.
It was just a local paper.
Yeah.
I guess. But...
Do we have a local tabloid? Because, like, The Invader is a local tabloid, right?
Yeah. I don't think we do, which is good.
Didn't we just get rid of one of our major publications anyway? Wow, we're going into all kinds of things. We did. The Trib got rid of the print version.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
But no, I just feel like Cyrus has other stuff to do.
Regardless of how his mom feels about him, his mom means a lot to him.
I know, but I feel like if he was going to get back at Jackie, he would have found a more mean way to do it.
What's meaner than getting between a woman and her kids and blowing up her...
He just seems more...
For me, that would work.
More violent than that. It would be... Which I don't think Chase would go for it, but like propositioning Chase to join his side.
Oh, God, no.
Trying to get, I don't know, Finn addicted to drugs again.
No.
Something like that. That's what I would picture.
But are we forgetting that Finn had a wife? I mean, they are forgetting that Finn had a wife. Yeah. They never bring her up.
They don't.
Ever. Okay.
So no, I'm not saying that that would be a better storyline. It just felt kind of odd to me. Because if this doesn't come out anytime soon, no, if Finn does the test, then sure. But yeah, you're going to cause heartache 6 months from now, a year from now. But Cyrus seems like he wants instant results. Mm-hmm. So I just didn't feel like that was very reasonable.
They need a Port Charles talk show. Like a Sunday morning show.
Let's catch up on all the gossip.
Why hasn't The Invader turned into that, though?
I don't think anyone would watch it. They like to get those phone alerts. Then they don't have to watch the show.
That's true. Okay.
All of our phones have to go off at the same time so we can look at them.
These people need to learn how to manage their notifications. That's all that I have to say. Well, that was my other thought about last week when the text was still up on the screen that says results from GH Lab.
Yeah.
Has he not cleared his notifications?
Right.
That would drive me bonkers.
Yeah.
He went through a wedding and an aftermath of a wedding, non-wedding, and all that without
touched his phone. Right. And we saw him look at it at one point because that's how we knew it said it.
Yeah.
Before Chase picked it up.
Never cleared it.
He wouldn't just swipe it. Yeah. Totally ridiculous. They don't use their phones correctly.
No.
I hate that Brando's mom's back. I hate that woman.
I don't like that she's back, but Sasha was every woman this week when she stopped him from putting on that shirt.
That was so beautiful.
They're going to be cute.
They are.
They're going to be really cute.
They are. And I liked how he was appropriately flirty because she said, I heard the nurses talking about the hot patient. And he was like, oh, so you knew it was me? And she was like, no, they said he was dumb and checking himself out. And so then I knew it was you.
And she totally held her own with Cyrus. Mm-hmm. She was like, I know exactly who you are and I'm not going to let that scare me.
Right.
I liked it.
And even with Gladys, whenever she was like, oh, I'm sure you're not in that family now because Carly... And she was like, no, I'm not taking your bait. I'm not going to talk crap.
Yep. Loved it. Mm-hmm. I think I'm really going to like Brando and Sasha.
They're going to be fun.
They are.
And I feel like Cyrus is going to do enough to keep them apart that it's going to keep them interesting. Mm-hmm. But not like too much.
Yep. I agree.
But yeah, I don't like his mom. She needs to go back to wherever it is that she's from. And
no, we just need to keep her.
And Jordan isn't going to say... Isn't it convenient that you don't live here? You just showed up 3 days ago, and that happens to be the day that you saw Jason throw a gun down the garbage, which we know that Jason would never do, and we're just going to take it because this woman, no.
The only comment I had on Jordan was she just can't let anyone talk for themselves, can she?
No, but that's not surprising. She's always like that.
She hasn't always been. I think that's the thing that frustrates us the most. If she had always been like this, we would just take her as, okay, that's Jordan. It's annoying, but we've seen her be better than she is.
Oh, 100%.
Because Curtis was taking TJ to lunch.
Going to tell him about the new bar.
Right. You know, over lunch, as one does.
Yeah.
And Jordan's just like, oh, did he tell you the big news?
Right.
Come on, Jordan.
Not your news to tell, Jordan. You're not part of it.
I do think it's interesting that we don't have a name yet. What do you think Curtis is going to name his new establishment? I feel like it should have some kind of a throwback to his private eye time.
That would be good. I don't know. I'll have to think on that. I wasn't ready for that question. I'm sorry.
I wasn't ready for it either until now. Because TJ asked, is there a name? And he's like, nope. Something? Crimes and Wine? No. No. He's got to do something like that, though.
See, I think he'll do something like the hideout or the hideaway. Like, this is where you go to not be seen.
Okay.
Even though everyone's going to be there and you'll see everyone there.
He better not name it the Pier 54 pub.
Is it on Pier 54? I don't think so,
but still. Our podcast isn't actually, we say we're going to meet you guys at the pier, but we're not really there.
Don't tell them that. We are just hanging out
on my couch.
What else?
Oh, back to the therapy thing. Valentin went to go see Michael and offered Scout and Danny's voting shares.
Yes.
So Michael will give Nina a visitation. He loves her so much.
He does. His life's about to get a little complicated.
It is, but he suggested to Michael, why don't you all go to therapy to learn some skills on how to handle this new situation?
Michael didn't seem like he was going for it.
No. And I do think that, so first of all, you should not, in my opinion, Nina needs to go by herself first.
Oh, yeah.
Or separately from. Michael could probably use a good therapy session. But I do agree that all of them, but it can't be Nina going with the expectation that Michael's going to learn how to deal with her.
Right.
It has to be, she needs to be willing to learn. Maybe we shouldn't be telling 2-year-olds that their mom isn't their mom.
Exactly. Right. I feel like if they agree to it right now, it's going to be, this is the solve all. And she's going to go in there like, yeah, therapist, tell him I need to be involved. And then Michael's going to say, yeah, no, it's my kid. I don't need to have you around.
Right.
Thanks. You just told him that his mom's not his mom.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's a dumb storyline. Michael will let Nina be involved if she stops.
He even told her, we just need
things.
To reevaluate. Maybe we just rushed into this a little bit too much. You know?
Exactly. And maybe they also shouldn't call her up on a whim to come and see Wiley. Maybe these could be scheduled appointments 2 weeks out.
Go to the zoo. That's how you really, do that kind of stuff. Go to the zoo, go to the park.
Right.
Not just, Sarah, we're just sitting here with some blocks. What do you want to talk about?
Right.
Oh, is that your mom? No.
For like 15 minutes. Those visits are not come over and spend 3 hours.
No.
I just popped in to say hi, play with your blocks.
Come over for dinner.
Blow up your lights. Fuck away.
It's not funny, but the way that you said it was, I'm sorry.
Oh, my.
So I guess sticking with Valentin, quick side. When are the Davis girls going to learn that Alexis trusts him?
I don't know.
Like, anytime he shows up, they're like, you don't need to be here. And every single time, Alexis is like, I called him.
Right.
Just
let it go. Your mom's allowed to be friends. And he's one of the few good influences. It's not like she's calling her drug dealer over or her guy from AA that they don't really go to AA. They go hang out at the bars together or something. He's
trying to help her.
Yeah.
So let it go.
But we had said we'd like to see him and Alexis together. And now with Brook Lynn showing back up, what's going to happen? I don't see them together.
Oh, neither do I. They were so much fun when they were just
that
having
small
fun.
Little, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that Michael called her out and was like, so Valentin's the dad? And she's like, no, Michael, I don't want to talk about it. And he's like, yeah, but Valentin's the dad, right?
Yep. Everyone put it together.
Exactly.
And I like that she didn't hold back.
Right.
Olivia called Ned. Ned came over and she just told him.
Yep. I mean, there wasn't very much hiding the fact that she was pregnant. So the next question is obviously, who's the baby daddy?
Right. And then she sees Valentin and she's like, all right, might as well just get it over and done with,
I liked that dramatic.
But I liked his response too.
Yes.
He wasn't, okay, let's go get married, which I feel like that wouldn't happen. But he was like, regardless of how involved you want me to be now, that kid's my child. I'm going to take care of it.
Exactly.
She needs to work with that.
Right. She should be happy that that's his thought process.
He's not trying to get involved in her life.
Right.
But he wants to know his kid.
Right. And he wasn't mad. He didn't say, he did say, why didn't you tell me? But he wasn't holding that against her. Like, why didn't you call me when you got the positive pregnancy test? Or why is this the decision that you made without consulting me? He was totally your body, your choice. But when the baby comes, that's my baby.
I've started to watch it. So I know that I love James Patrick Stewart. And we all know this. Watch him in the background, though. Because he background acts, too. When I was trying to so last week when we named the episode about Jason being flirty.
Yeah.
The second that Jason and Britt start talking, he starts turning away, looking around, okay, I don't want to be hearing any of this. And he was kind of doing the same thing this week with, it wasn't background acting, but it was so real when she opened up her jacket and he was just like, what?
Right.
It was, I don't know.
Yeah. It's like full body acting.
Little subtle things, but he is fun to watch in the background too.
Right. But she shouldn't question, no matter what, that he's going to be a good dad.
Or how he touched his cheek after Nina kissed his cheek.
Yeah.
Like, those little things I love. Like, I love those little reactions that he has. So Nina kissed his cheek after she told him that she was leaving.
Right. Well, leaving to go to
see Phyllis.
Yeah. That's not really leaving.
Well, she's in Pennsylvania, not New York.
Okay, if I was going on vacation next weekend, I wouldn't be like, Shannon, I just need to tell you bye. I would say, hey, I'm going to be gone next weekend. I'll see you when I get back.
Right. But maybe she's not going to be gone for the weekend.
I don't see her being long. I mean, she has a magazine to run.
Right. She forgets that sometimes, though.
Okay. And she doesn't have Maxie there to pick up the slack now.
Nope.
So, yeah, you need to be there for your job, girlfriend.
So, can we just call it that she's going to find Sonny?
She's going to find Sonny.
And then she's not going to tell anyone because...
she's trying to get even.
Yep. All right, guys, we got it. Hurry up.
Right.
Just do it.
Maybe she'll say something, though, on accident that triggers him to remember.
Maybe. Maybe he'll recognize her.
Maybe. Like, a familiar
maybe
person.
he'll overhear her and Phyllis talking about Wiley.
Oh, there you go.
And he'll think, why do I know that? Oh, yeah, that's my grandson.
Yes.
And I had a thought about the phone. You asked why they gave him a phone. And when Phyllis asked him this week, are you taking your meds regularly? I use my phone to set reminders on taking my meds. So maybe that's why they got him a phone.
Okay. I'll go with that. I don't use my phone for that.
But I only put that together because I do. So
yeah,
maybe that's it. I don't know.
That storyline didn't have anything this week.
Not really.
Like,
no.
We showed him say he sold his rings, and then, which we already knew, and then he didn't have the money to win them back because he lost at the game. But at least they didn't beat him up this time, so.
True.
There you go.
I think that they felt taking his money was better than trying to.
Right. No, because then maybe he'll come back and play again and give them more money.
Yeah. So we forgot to discuss Violet.
Oh my god. She's so cute.
She just wants her tea set.
She just wants to go hang out. Let's have a tea party together. And Anna needs to come. I was glad they were honest, though. They didn't lie to her.
Best, right. But also, the conversation they had afterwards.
Right.
That was the best breakup I've ever seen.
Yes. They were totally, that's what I mean. They were totally honest with everyone.
But they broke up.
Said to her, we'll get your tea set, we'll do the stuff, whatever. And then had the conversation about, I really love you. Let's stay together. No, wait, I'm still going to lie to you. So that's just how it is.
They didn't say I'm still going to lie to you, but they were, yes.
Yes, she did. Anna said, I'm still going to lie to you because it would be for your protection. There's stuff that I know that I don't want you guys. She said that she would give up the
WSB.
Yeah.
When has she ever said that?
No, she hasn't. But even then, she still said she'd have to keep some stuff from him.
Yeah.
So, but I like that they finalized it. It was like, okay, we've had a conversation.
Yep.
You can only give this much. I can only give that much. It's not going to work for either one of us. Let's walk away instead of dragging it out for another 6 months.
I feel like it's going to be more realistic if they find their way back to each other then, because it wasn't.
No.
Because it wasn't a big dramatic. I mean, okay, yeah, getting, the wedding not happening and everything was dramatic. But.
No, I don't want them to find their way back to each other.
She's going to stay involved with Violet.
Yes.
That's she good. Has to, yeah.
Right. No, I'm totally for that. They can be friends. They can have tea parties. I do not want them to find their way back to each other.
We shall see.
I don't think they're going to be able to get that same spark back. They were good when they first started, and then they just were totally flat. It was so boring.
But then if Hayden comes, we've already talked about this. If Hayden comes back, they cannot do what they did last time.
No.
Because I don't feel like they had anything last time. But that's when Finn and Anna were good. So we'll see.
I don't know. But I don't want them back together.
Oh, God. Do you think that they're going to tell Violet that Chase is her brother before they find out? No. Finn won't do that because he doesn't trust the...
Right.
Yep. Okay.
And why would we mess up her life that way?
Exactly. Finn doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Finn makes sure 30 years later that...
Exactly.
Before he blows up your life.
And Chase's relationship with her is not going to change.
No.
He's such a good uncle. He would be the exact same big brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, we're not telling her.
Agreed.
I've decided.
Me too.
It's not happening.
Totally agree. Jason was very comforting to Anna this week.
He was.
Are they giving him feelings?
They have to, because when he was with Carly, he was getting upset when she was yelling. So he's getting a little soft in his old age.
It's not even that old.
I mean, life experience-wise.
Yes.
He's not old.
Chipping away at the stone cold.
Exactly. It's showing that he has real relationships with people. that he's connecting also.
Right.
We usually only see that with Monica, and even then he still keeps somewhat of a distance.
The only one we really saw it with from the beginning was Lila.
Yes.
He loved her.
Exactly. So I'm glad that they're letting him explore his feelings.
He was romantic with Sam.
He was romantic, but it still felt like he had a bit of a wall.
Yeah,
he didn't give too much.
Yep.
You could really see his pain when he was talking to Carly this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? He was so nice. And I loved her this week. I loved her, that whole scene. Exactly how you would feel. Her cup of coffee was wrong. I felt bad for her.
Yeah.
That didn't make you want to cry? See, that, if anything was going to make me cry, that would have been what made me cry. Because it was a totally realistic, it's those little things that matter.
Right.
My coffee's wrong, and it's been wrong for weeks, and I don't know what is different, but it's just wrong. I don't know that I would have thrown the glass across the kitchen.
Well, now she broke her favorite mug.
Yeah.
I did like how she approached Liz, too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel she was firm, but she wasn't as Carly can get. But she was like, seriously, you need to think about these things.
Right. Jason's not that sloppy.
No.
Exactly.
Not at all.
But I like that Liz let her talk, too. Because Liz, a couple years ago, Liz would have just slammed the door in her face and been like, Carly, you can't control this.
And Carly didn't even seem to force herself, even when Liz was like, seriously, I can't deal with this right now.
Right.
Carly wasn't all, you are going to listen to me right now. It was, okay, we're not even going to talk about Franco.
Right.
We're going to talk about, Jason.
Exactly. Good scene, good scene.
I liked this week. I thought it was really good.
I did too. It felt like it was moving along fast enough.
Yes.
They weren't holding stuff up. Sometimes the storylines just drag out too much. This all went together and made sense.
And Laura taking care of Liz was so sweet.
Yes.
Valentin was really in a lot this week. Like, I'm skimming over my notes. Valentin and Britt.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Yeah.
When she was shaken real bad.
Right.
Now she can't get her doctor's appointment. I think Valentin's going to figure it out.
You think? I don't know.
I do.
I thought it was going to be Obrecht that would notice it, but she's busy clicking in pens. She's not paying attention.
Oh my gosh. JD was in the room when that happened. And he's like, what just happened? I'm like, oh, she ordered him to kill Peter with a clicky pen.
You should start walking around your house and being like, it's time to clean the kitchen. Click, click. And he'll be like, what are you doing?
Can we learn this skill? Can somebody please teach how to hypnotize the family into doing chores?
It's your turn to make dinner. Click, click. Just for a day. So he can be like stop what you're doing. Oh my gosh.
Well, so Obrecht ordered Dante to go kill Peter, and Obrecht took Maxie's phone.
Right.
And gave it to Dante.
Mm-hmm.
But then Dante and Olivia paid a visit to Maxie to keep her company, which I thought was so sweet.
That was very sweet. I like that everyone's remembering that Maxie's like going through some stuff and checking on her.
Peter's getting creepy, though. I wish we had done this sooner.
We need to change the locks on Maxie's apartment.
Please.
I don't understand how you're commissioner's daughter.
Well, now he's chief of detectives.
But he was the commissioner.
I know.
At some point.
A few times.
So, yeah, change a lock. That should have been done. That should have been going on as the wedding was unfolding and falling apart. Call up your local locksmith and ask for a new lock to be put on today.
Exactly. I definitely think that Olivia, especially, you would think she'd be like, so I've already changed your locks.
Right.
Exactly. Got you a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Camera. Thingamadoodle.
Right.
Something.
Maxie was moving fast with those boxes, though. I don't know that I would have been packing up his stuff that quickly. Like, she came home and was like, done. Scared? Yeah, I guess I'm just too lazy. I'd be like, the stuff sitting here in the closet isn't going to change anything. It can sit here for another day or two.
If you were afraid for your life and your child's life, you wouldn't just box stuff up?
Probably not.
I would get that out of there as soon as possible.
Getting rid of his stuff
It'd be in the hallway.
Change. Because they weren't giving it to him. They were donating it.
Still, it gets rid of them.
I guess. I still have stuff in my basement from my ex, so maybe that's
But he's not crazy, creepy stalker that you have to worry about the safety of your children with.
True. I will give him that much.
See, he does have a positive quality. That just might be the one. But Sam barging in to save Dante.
Nope. I hated it. First of all, somebody just needs to kill Peter because I'm done with this storyline.
I really thought that it was going to happen.
I really wanted it to. And then for Sam to be the one, now what? She can't say anything because she's not going to send Dante
That's how
to
she and
jail or in
Dante are
trouble.
gonna bond.
No.
I'm okay if it gets him help because he was really scared because he's like, they told me I was fine.
Right.
You know, like if that's what it takes for him to get help, cool.
As long as she lets him go and get help. Not that I want him gone again, but I feel like whatever's wrong with him does need to be handled in intensive therapy.
Well, she went and was like, we need to call Dr. Collins. It's about his son-in-law.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's on the right
I hope
path.
that they take it as seriously as they should.
She says his son-in-law.
Yes.
Meaning she still sees him married to Lulu.
Which she should.
They're not married though, but
they're not.
She still sees
I don't know
that as a family unit.
Yeah, but it didn't seem like that when they were at Kelly's having coffee chatting.
Nope.
So,
but after the
hopefully we'll see. I would be happy if she keeps thinking that way.
I'm okay with them becoming friends.
Oh yeah, but they don't need to.
Maybe
hook up.
They can become partners. Maybe he can take over Curtis's half of the part that he sold 3 years ago.
I would be okay with that, but I don't want them romantic.
Yeah. I think the last thing I have was Alexis kept being reminded of Neil's birthday from social media. And I just have a PSA that Facebook does have legacy planning in the settings for you to make plans for should something happen to you.
I did not know that.
Yeah, someone can take over your account and basically put it into, so like my Grammy is still on Facebook.
Okay.
But they switched it to what's called a legacy account.
Okay.
Huh. So look into your social media accounts and see if there's legacy planning.
I did not know you could do that. The only
one I know of is, if you go under your settings, under ownership, account ownership and control, memorialization settings, decide what happens when you pass away. You've chosen a legacy contact to manage your profile after you pass away. And so I set it as my husband.
Huh. Yeah, didn't know you could do that.
Yep.
Well, look at that. You learn something new every day. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Happy to help.
Alrighty. You're going to roll that into your reality check? Because that's a little scary. Reality check.
I set that up a few years ago and I don't remember. I think it just like popped up. Every now and again, Facebook gives you like do you want to clean up your profile? And I'm like, sure. Do you know what would be really nice is if they sent like a trigger, you have not even interacted with these 10 people.
That would be nice.
In
do you want to remove them?
Do you just want to soft remove them? Like,
right.
Maybe like unfriend them. And then if they don't notice for 6 months, it's a clean break. But if they go to reach back out, it's just an automatic reactivation.
Right.
Be like, yeah.
Sure, we can be friends again.
Yeah. Exactly. But they wouldn't know that you unfriended them.
Exactly.
It would just be because of lack of contact.
Right.
Because every now and again, I just go through and there's people I not forget, but you don't realize that they deactivated their Facebook account. So if just their name's there and then they have like no profile picture, it's just the shadow head.
Right.
It's more than likely they deactivated their profile.
Yeah.
But they still show up under your friends.
Which is weird.
Yeah. It's throwing off my numbers, guys. Speaking of numbers, so we had our awards ceremony. It was online this week, but my manager gave us an awards dinner because there was 9 of us in my office.
Wow.
And so we were able to safely have a celebration together. And we got this cute little lunch bag from our corporate office. They sent us a little bottle of champagne to drink during the next day's award ceremony. I still have not drank mine. And they gave us, we got like marketing credit and it was really nice. And a nice certificate and everything. And we found out that our office is reopening April 5th.
Woo!
So it's going to be like the first time and it'll be 13 months that I'll be able to so floor time is where basically you're assigned to be in the office. And if someone calls in, you get to work with them as a client or prospect them as a client, whatever. It's just going to be so nice to actually be able to go into the office. Right now I can go in and just like print stuff off.
Right. We have to have a reason to be there.
We have to have a reason. We have to try to keep it as minimal as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just go there just to do paperwork if I really don't need to.
Right.
But on April 5th, I can.
That's very exciting.
I almost cried when she said that though, because I miss my people,
right.
Right.
That's half the fun of the job is interacting with all the other agents.
Right. Exactly. And yeah, we do Zoom happy hours and we've done this and that, we've done paint nights through Zoom, but
it's not the same.
We want to get back to as best we can.
Right. Safely.
Exactly. We're still going to have restrictions.
Oh yeah.
And we've been having to take temperatures and now we don't.
Oh, okay, nice.
So we're slowly getting there. Still have to mask it up. Still have to wipe stuff down.
Yeah.
But
I feel like some of that's never going to
I'll be honest, though. I was showing houses yesterday, and those masks do come in handy sometimes.
Yeah.
We went to the house of a heavy smoker, and it was very helpful because my client is pregnant still, but I'm sure that she really appreciated that.
Yay, I'm so excited for you.
Other than that, I don't feel like anything really happened this week.
No?
I feel like it was quick. What about you?
I didn't have anything happen because I'm boring, but don't make that face at me. I am boring. I'm boring. I mean, I went out. I was kid free this weekend, so I went out Friday night with my family, and that was the first time we had been out, like all of us, for almost a year or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was nice. Had a couple drinks and some yummy food and whatever. But I mean, it's my family. I see them. The only difference was now we were out at a restaurant.
Right, you were at your mom's house. Yep.
Yes, and my mom didn't go because it was like a bar night.
Gonna ask. Yeah.
She was invited, but she did not go, which is fine.
Yeah.
So whatever. But earlier in the week, they had the open house for the Career and Technical Center.
Oh, yeah.
And Megan is all about it. And so...
Really?
Yes.
For what?
She's going to do the emergency response.
Okay.
Whatever. So they learn about police, fire, EMS.
Yep.
And she'll come out with a bunch of certifications and can then go take her EMT test whenever she's...
Is that what she wants to do long term?
Blah, blah, blah. I think she's going to go to be like... a pathologist or something, like she wants in on that.
Oh, okay.
So any kind of background is just keeping her excited and keeping her in on it. So
that's awesome, though.
Yeah, it is.
She's really into civil service.
Yes,
it's because you raised a Girl Scout.
I think it might have more to do with her dad than me. I will give him that credit, but I'm proud of her for doing it because he's not in the household, and so she still joined the fire station here and she still does the calls here and volunteers for anything that they're doing that she can get extra time in. Like whenever they had safety week or whatever, she ran the kids through the little trailer thingy that shows you how to stop, drop, and roll and get down and blah, 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 and all that. She was in charge of all that. So she really loves it. And, I was a jerk in high school and would make fun of the kids that went to career tech because it was like, why are you doing that? That doesn't make any sense. Now being a grown up and seeing how expensive all of these different classes are to take, I'm like, yeah, if you're interested, go do it now. Do not waste 3 years taking an art class that's going to get you nothing because you don't want to do art when you could go take this class and end up with all those certificates. So we looked at that one. We looked at the child development one. She was not interested in, although she thought it was cool. You get one of those babies that really cries and yells
with the
and whatever.
Key and everything that you have to.
So, but she looked at that and wasn't interested. She looked at culinary and was like, I'd really only take this to learn how to cook. Like, I don't want to do anything
that's
with
something
cooking.
That you can.
And I was like, yeah, if it's not your passion, I mean, if you didn't have something else you were passionate about, go take those classes and learn how to make yummy stuff. But this is really what you want to do. So, it's just Megan. That's her stuff. So, but I'm super proud that she has any idea because I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So I definitely didn't have any idea at 14, almost 15.
Well, good for her.
Yeah, she was excited. It was fun. And it was a nice, because you can't have a bunch of people because of COVID. Only her and I went. So the other girls stayed at home. And so we could look and talk and like have some mom time, excited about the future. So
good.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yep.
So I guess that could actually lead into join us on Thursday when we talk about Dr. Britt Westbourne and Nicholas Cassadine, and how they
Megan can work in the lab and switch paternity results around.
But okay, so I guess that would be always changing. Do you want me to do the real ones today or the fake ones?
It's like a little box on the form. Accurate results or inaccurate ones to mess up people's lives.
I don't know how to put this on our tracker for accurate lab results / because it's going to depend on, we know that they're inaccurate, but...
Yeah, they kind of cancel each other out because there's going to be a right and a wrong.
Yep. Huh. I don't know. So join us on Thursday as we talk about Britt and Nick.
Are you making up names or what's that one?
I don't know. I just...
Did they have a name?
I don't know.
I don't pay attention to that. But anyway, have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.